All I know is anxieties is mad. I'm indoors all the time, depression on attack. Now every day's feeling like a challenge. I try to keep it balanced. Split personality, I'm a man with many talents.
What,
Long
chilling?
time no see.
I know, bro.
How long's it been? Years.
Yeah, years, bro.
We go way back, don't we?
Go way back, bro.
Streets, 11 June.
11 June, bro. That's the place to be.
HQ.
Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
HQ.
man. Proper.
You know what? I've been looking forward to this one.
Yeah.
I really have, mate, because you've got so much to offer.
Yeah, man.
And I know your journey, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and I know
yeah,
there's
yeah.
probably stuff I don't know.
Of course, man.
And you know what? Massive for you coming on here.
Yeah.
I watched out of a positive. You're free. Freedom, innit?
Free, bro. At last, you know what I'm saying?
How's that feel?
Feels good, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Just be able to get my life back together, do you know what I mean? Sort a few things out, not have to wait for other people to release me out of my door so I can go and get things done and stuff like that, man. Yeah, so just adapting, do you know what I mean? So yeah, man.
Onwards and upwards, innit?
Onwards and upwards,
Is
brother.
that one place you don't want to go back?
Yeah, it's definitely somewhere I don't want to go back, you know what I mean? It's not that, you know, I you know, put me anywhere, kid, I'll survive.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
course.
Because that's what I'm good at, surviving. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, it's just a young man's game, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, there becomes a point in your life where, you know, enough is enough. Do you know what I mean? And to be taking these back steps at this age that I'm at and going and doing all this, you know, sitting down for years at a time and, you know, going on like you've got all the time in the world, which, you know, everybody's on borrowed time, bro. Of
course,
you know
none of us are promised tomorrow,
exactly,
brother.
do you know what I'm saying? So, you know, to be so reckless with, you know, your freedom, do you know what I'm saying? And not, you know, go into decision making, or if you want to call it thinking skills, my prison termers will know that one, you know what I mean? But yeah, thinking skills, do you know what I mean? And think about before you act, do you know what I'm saying? Like, because a lot of us do things out of, you know, anger, emotion, you know what I'm saying?
100%.
Things like that, you know. And 9 times out of 10, you know, it don't matter what walk of life you're from or who you are as a person, do you know what I mean? 9 times out of 10, it's getting us in trouble. Yeah. Or we're not getting the best outcome.
And you can say that looking back now.
Yeah, of course.
And
of course.
You've been through it, a bit maturity, like say you got the kids and that. It's good to hear,
exactly,
mate.
man.
It
yeah,
is, it's good to hear.
Definitely, man. You know, just had a realization, you know, this, like I say, there becomes a point in your life where, you know, enough is enough, innit? Do you know what I mean? And, you know, you got to grow up and do what's right by yourself, not only by yourself, but by your loved ones, the people you care for. If you've got children, do you know what I'm saying? Stand up and be counted, innit, on your own 2 feet.
Ownership and responsibility.
That's
Hear
it,
you
bro.
loud and clear. Buzzing, mate.
That's
right, take us back. Let's start from the beginning, mate. Where you grew up to where you are today.
Yeah, man. 11 June, you know, the block, man. The block, Levy block. You know what I mean? Shouts out to all my 11 Jumers. You already know who you are. Mikey, Taps, rest in peace, Garth. You know what I mean? Lorenzo, Free Lorenzo. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, if I've not mentioned your name as well, don't take it personal. Do you know what I mean?
Pure love.
Pure names. I just love for everybody in it. But yeah, man, 11 June, bro. Like, you know, I came from Partington. I used to live in Partington with my mum. And like, you know, there was reasons to why I left. My mum was an alcoholic and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, we was living on, you know, unstable grounds there. So when we had come to Manchester to live with my dad, do you know what I mean? It was, you know, it was good, but we was emotional kids that were in sync with what had just been going through with my mum. Do you know what I'm saying? So coming up here and being bitter and having that mentality of, you know, just being reckless, it was the worst move that could have possibly happened, because at that time, gangs are rife around here. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, not only that, you know, guns are available around our way, do you know what I'm saying, back then, and knives and things like that, do you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so it was very easy to come out of your house one day and be a normal person, and the next one, you know, you wanted to be a gangster and you walk in fully equipped with whatever, you know, your class as being gangster, do you know what I'm saying?
Well, it's easily accessible, and we were talking before, weren't we? When we were young, we were looking up to them types of people. And in that area, there was no light at the end of the tunnel, apart from seeing that sort of stuff. So the watches, the women, the respect, the big cars. So to people like us, that's what we wanted, wasn't it? That's what we seen as respect, money.
That's it, man. You know, that's where you want to be as a person. You like, you know, it's not even the fact that you get respect from being flashy. It's the attention.
Yeah, correct.
And 100%. This is what a lot of people crave, is this attention. bearing in mind they're not contemplating what comes with that attention when you step over into this life. It's not as simple as, you know, just wanting a piece of the pie and I'm just going to sit here on the fence.
Become a target, innit?
Exactly.
Jealousy,
do you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
people.
it's, you know, envious people, you know, not only that, jealousy, you know what I mean? People that just don't like to see people thrive. Do you know what I mean? And there's a lot of that around here. Do you know what I'm saying? If you're better than the next person, and even if I've got 100 grand in my bank and you've got £1 in your bank, I still wouldn't say that I'm upper class or I'm better than you. I'm human, you're human, you know, you cut me, we bleed red. Do you know what I'm saying? That's it. Do you know what I'm saying? So, you know, just because a little bit of a status of materialistic background, do you know what I'm saying, doesn't mean anything. It doesn't give nobody justification. It just means that you can look after yourself. Yeah. That's all it is. But people are taking that like it's power.
Yeah, of course, no.
It's not power. You're mixing the two up. The power is respect. It's nothing to do with materialistic stuff, because once you go, you ain't taking any of that.
Materialistic comes and goes, doesn't it?
But you see, respect will last forever when you've gone, because people remember you because you was a person that stood by your shit, and you was a serious person. So all this money, you know, someone who's got money, you'd be talked about. Oh yeah, he had a Lambo truck. He had a 7-bedroom house with a cinema in it. You know what I mean? With 10 showgirls. Do you know what I mean? How long do you think he's gonna, you know, be remembered after he's gone? If he was to die there and then, it wouldn't be a week. It'd be 2-3 weeks or something, and it'll just be boom, man, and be forgot about. If you stood there, made a mark, and you've, you know, really eat, breathed, and sleep this way of life, or wanting to step into this life of being a trapper or being a, you know, entrepreneur or, you know, gangster or gangbanger or whatever you want to call them. Do you know what I'm saying? Whatever your title may be. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, it's you've got to perfect your craft, and if you're not perfecting your craft, then what you're doing here? Do you know what I mean? There's no time to be sitting on the fence. It's rather you're in or you're not. Do you know what I mean?
Is that coming from experience?
That's
from
personal experience, and not only that, from watching it. Do you know what I mean? I've had a lot of, like, you know, looked up to a lot of older people, like you say, when we used to look at the, you know, the likes of, I'm not going to start saying names or not, because I don't know if a man would like the names on here. Do you know what I mean? But you know, the watches, the cars, the girls, you know, turning up the clothes and all of that type of stuff. It just makes a young man want something like that.
And I was
Who doesn't want to be cool?
Exactly.
Everybody wants to be cool. Everybody wants to fit in. Everybody wants acceptance. Everybody wants attention. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what makes people happy.
And now you put social media on top of all that as well.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? The way it's grabbed people are out here going on about, I'm independent and, you know, I'm doing my own thing and this, that, the other. No, you're absolutely a sheep that's following whatever you're seeing.
The crowd.
You're not your own person.
It's as if people can't think for themselves today. People struggle to think for themselves, don't they?
You can't. That's it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, 9 times out of 10, you know, replies that you'd get from situations, real life situations, whether it be an argument or just talking. Do you know what I mean? Like, sometimes you sit there and go, I wonder who that person is that I've just been arguing with, because that's not you. I don't know you like that. Do you know what I'm saying? So where's that come from? Do you know what I'm saying? And it's just as simple as picking up your phone and reading a quote. These memes are all good. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they are really inspirational. Some of them are really motivating. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, these memes and things like that can throw a spanner in the works to people that are going through real life situations that can relate to these memes. I
understand that.
Because that meme might mean, in an outlook of the whole situation, that, yeah, that's the way to feel about it, or that's the way to act. But for your current situation that you're involved
that
in,
might not
doesn't require that.
Yeah.
So now you're doing something that is further pushing either your partner away, the person who you're arguing with, loved ones, cared ones. Or
sometimes yourself away because you're not at that point, maybe.
Exactly. Do you know what I'm saying? So this is where people are becoming lost in themselves, and you want to sit here and go on like you've got your whole game sewn up. You're so far from the truth, it's mad.
People like to put on a facade, don't they?
It is.
They like to pretend they're better than they are.
Of course.
Especially on social media.
100%.
And especially with men, though. Even the men on the streets, when we were all about back in the day. I won't come up to you and say, you know what, boys, I'm feeling a bit sensitive today and a bit emotional.
Yeah.
You get that, fuck off.
Yeah, it's just something you don't do.
You don't
get terrorised. You know what I'm saying? The boys are terrorised.
You get totally terrorised.
And it's not love, it's not one of them terrorising.
No, it's one of them.
Like, shut up, you dickhead. What you, do you know what I mean?
That, for me, that made me suppress a lot of
yeah.
feelings that needed really to come out.
Of course.
Do you know what I mean? Can you relate to that?
Yeah, of course I can, man. It's never easy in being vulnerable, bro, and showing vulnerability. Do you know what I'm saying? That's you being weak. Do you know what I'm saying? And us as men, that's something that we don't ever want to come across as a weak individual. Do you know what I'm saying? And if it stems as far as, you know, responsibilities as well, like children, or even looking after a loved one, you know, caring, or, you know, whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, it's how can I put it? How can I actually put it now? Do you know what I mean? It's being vulnerable, yeah, makes you feel like you could fail at that moment in time, and trying to portray your feelings to somebody, or trying to make somebody understand you as a person. Do you know what I mean? And men don't deal with embarrassment. They don't do embarrassment, emotion, feelings. Do you know? We don't sit here and let the cracks show, because we have things like children that we need to be a hero to. We've got, you know, the weight of the bills, the things you have to pay for to make your household run, to make sure your children have got what they need and things like that. Do you know what I mean?
It's a lot of pressure.
It is, man.
For everyone. But we're talking about men at the minute. A lot of people.
And that's it. You know, it's bad for them women. Like, you know, hats off to these single women out there, man. Yo, honest to God, like, yo, the level of multitasking in them women is different, bro.
It's different.
And you've got to give them the flowers, because they go through a lot. So, you know, when you are playing up as a man, you know, or whatever, you're going on with yourself, you have to understand that it's magnified by 10. So something that you think is very little is hitting them like it's a mountain of pressure. Do you know what I'm saying? Because of all everyday life, bro. Bills, children, you know, if 9 times out of 10, like, let's be honest, and this is not a bias thing or sexuality thing, but when your kid's getting the arse changed, unless the woman's busy, it's going to be her changing the arse. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If she's doing the dishes, she'll say, oh, Mike, you know, can you change the baby's bum? Do you know what I mean, or whatever? But 9 times out of 10, it's them at the forefront all the time.
Yeah, very maternal.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, compared to a man,
do you know, to not have a minute to yourself, to sit and function, take in what's going on, I bet that's stressful, bro.
It is stressful.
And I bet it's very easy to lose yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, mental health again. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and this day and age, this is what the problem is with everybody. Do you know, mental health
is rife.
The way, it's rife,
Mate.
ridiculous. It's
ridiculous,
scary,
bro.
mate. It is scary. It really is. And I'm a tough cookie, man. Do you know, I've been through a lot. Do you know what I mean? And, you know, I will never fold. I'll never bend, because I have children. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'd never ever sit here and I'm not saying I've never ever thought about taking my own life. I have. Do you know what I'm saying? I've looked for that way out when I lost my mum. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it was very heavy on me, man. I've got friends that, you know, I've lost to gang violence. Do you know what I'm saying? That I was with and around, and they've walked out the door and they've never come back. Do you know what I'm saying? The losses of family members whilst I've been in jail and I can't go to the funerals. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, Garth, God rest his soul. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he was like a big brother to me. Do you know what I'm saying? And, you know, the system doesn't class that as immediate family, but what happens to me?
They're forgetting about how it affects you though as a person.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Because ultimately we're all humans.
And at the end, exactly. And at the end of the day, I'm here to be, you know, on a journey of rehabilitation. I'm here to be changing. I'm here to be learning. I'm not here to be getting left on ice, you know, and being left to basically
stagnate.
Stagnate. You know what I'm saying? And then be thrown back out into the street. What has that achieved? What is the system there for?
But that's a sick awareness you've got now, though, Chavez. It is the fact that you've got that awareness now is massive. You need to pat yourself on the back, brother, because we know people our age and older that still haven't got that yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. But you see, one thing that I've got an issue with is I'll never take credit for things that it's the way it should be. Do you know what I'm saying? I can't do that. And not only that, I've been selfless, because growing up, having to look after my brother and having an alcoholic mother, you know, making sure he's going to school, I didn't get an education. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I was looking after my mum, or I was tearing the school in half. Do you know what I mean?
So you sacrificed education.
Not
even by choice either. You had no choice.
Exactly.
And
you know what? The good thing about that is, and this here will sit with you. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, my little brother Callum, and anybody from Levenshulme that knows me, they will know my little brother Callum, because we was 2 peas in a pod when we came. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's my baby brother, and he's got the same mum, the same dad. I'm not saying that I look at any siblings any different. All my siblings, I love them all the same. Do you know what I mean? But that's my mum. That's what I've got left of me mum. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's, you know, something that's very, very dear to me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, not saying that I haven't got that passion for my other brothers and sisters. Of course I have. You know, there's some brothers and sisters that I don't speak to, I don't get along with. Do you know what I mean? But I still love them.
But I understand that your mum's living through Callum.
Through Callum.
Yeah, I
do you know what I'm saying?
100%.
And the boy, he had an IQ of 116 in year 6. Do you know what I mean? That's university, like, material. Do you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I've done a lot of selfless things. It's never been about me. Do you know what I'm saying? I've not had to full-blown look after him to the point where it's just me and him on the road and, you know, I'm looking after him and we're homeless and we're scrimping and scraping out of bins for meals. It's not been that bad. But, you know, I've contributed into doing that. And you know what? I'll sit here and be proud. I'll sit here with nothing and have nothing and take great pride in that I've achieved that.
So you should.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm, you know, as much as I'd love money, who doesn't love money? Who doesn't want to look nice? Who doesn't, like I say, want to be the cool kid?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? But I'm happy with very little me, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? As long as I've got my children around me and they're happy and they're smiling, I'll live in a box under a freeway for all I care, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's being genuinely serious. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I've reverted to Islam. I've become a Muslim. You know what I'm saying? And the reason I've done that is because of my mental health. You know what I'm saying? Because prayers is manifestation. Correct. You know what I'm saying? So all of this stuff that everybody's into with this law of attraction and things like that, you know, not just for the manifestation that I, you know.
But like spirituality side.
Spirituality, being a bit more in connect or in tune with me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Instead of just being this reckless, non-understanding, emotional
looking at all of the external stuff and forgetting about you.
It gives me that moment to sit down and evaluate and sit on a mat and take 5 minutes to myself, pray to the big man himself and, you know, feel good in asking for forgiveness for the bad that I've put in the world because I've done some very nasty stuff to people. I've, you know, that, you know, I should be locked up for a very long time or even worse, dead. But, you know, we move, man. We pull out. Yeah, that's it. And do you know what I mean? And I lost my head, man. When I was in jail. This was in 22 on this sentence that I've just come out from, and there was issues with my child's mother. You know, she was running around sleeping with people that I knew. Do you know what I'm saying? And things like that. Do you know what I'm saying?
Especially when you're
yeah. So you know, I feel like at that point, you know, I'm locked in a room. I'm getting no support from anybody. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm basically just feeling like, you know, this is it. This is the end. Do you know what I mean?
What, for you personally?
Yeah, for me.
Is that where it got to that
where
darkness
it got
inside?
to, because, you know, I'm sitting in my cell, I'm not eating. I was 13 stone and, you know, I was built and healthy from the gym, you know, 5 times a week gym, 5 times, you know, calisthenics in the mornings before gym. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, I was in good shape, man, and I lost it all because I weren't coming out my cell. I wasn't eating.
No motivation.
No motivation. It just totally took the wind right out my sails, like it really did. Took the wind right out my sails. It did, man. It burnt me. And I never thought that I'd
get to that point because you're a survivor.
Exactly. But yo,
so
fam, it got way too much, man. And I lost all this weight and just, I felt the end was near for me, brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally to the point where I couldn't get out of bed. It was so crippling. I just didn't have no motivation. It was just nothing. I just wanted to curl up in this corner of this room and just die. That's how I felt.
Yeah, I get
do you know what I mean? And, you know, I had to do that in a little cell on my own with no support, with no, you know, moral support or any motivation to say that, you know, things will get better.
Will get better when you
we
get out
are at ground zero here. There's no more going down. The only way is up.
Oh.
So, you know, it can't get any worse than here. But to try and take comfort in that still doesn't rid what I'm dealing with here now in this situation to the reason that I'm feeling like this. Do you know what I mean? And at them moments there, you can lose yourself. Do you know what I'm saying?
So talk about the prison system then. How has it affected you? And has there been any positives from it in terms of rehabilitation or support from coming out? Or
Nah. Nothing. There's nothing that I've taken from jail, an experience, a qualification, or anything, and being able to come out into the community and use it. Do you know what I mean? So they have all of these workshops and jobs that are in there, and that's all fine and whatever else. But what you're doing to prepare these men to come back to general life.
It's a civic street, and you've been locked away in a cage, and
you've had all your responsibilities stripped from you. You know, you're basically having your ass wiped. You got a free roof over your head. You've got free food that's given to you twice a day. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, you get cereal in the morning and milk. You don't have to pay for nothing apart from you know, your comfortability is what we call canteen. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, when, you know, all's done and said, the day's done, you go behind your door, you can buy like your own little shopping. So, you know, your little noodles, biscuits, or, you know, the little comforts.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? To keep you nice behind your door. But, yeah, man, it's the system, it's fucked. Do you know what I'm saying? There's no help in there. They're not rehabilitating anybody. The staff that because the jails at the moment are rammed, because these sentencing guidelines that they've brought out,
Mate.
bollocks. Do you know what I mean? Oh, we've got to go by the guidelines. Well, look what you're doing now. You can't even house the people that you're trying to lock up. And not only that, you're giving these ridiculous sentences out. Like, I'm seeing drug dealers get life-term sentences.
Pedos get about 2 years.
Exactly. Somebody who has demoralized somebody who has snatched their freedom and their soul away from them. Do you know what I'm saying? Made them become this
Shell of a
person, bro. You know what I'm saying? You've destroyed somebody's life. And I get drugs do the same thing. Do you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, that type of,
But in a way, a drug dealer is only giving it someone because they want it.
Exactly.
Someone like a pedo.
It doesn't justify it. There's there's no
you're
justification in it.
But in
you know what I'm
terms of
saying?
sentencing,
In all aspects of drug selling or drug taking or intoxicants and things like that for your body, it is a no-go. There's no justification to it. But that's to the people that don't know suffering, bro. Yeah? That's what we call survival. When all is done and you ain't getting looked at, or you're wrote off as this person, because, you know, they don't know or understand you.
Yeah, and then you're tarred with the same stick.
What are you supposed to do, Mikey? You're supposed to just go and sit in a room and just go like that. Please, just change everything for me, please. And everything just goes poof.
No, we revert back to default setting, don't we? And we do everything we know to do is to survive.
You can't sit there and have your kids just, you know, not being fed. Bills have still got to be paid.
Yeah.
Life's still got to go on. Time still ticks. And that's what people don't understand. So it comes a place of desperosity. Do you know what I'm saying? And when people are desperate, anything goes, bro.
Anything goes.
Anything. Do you know what I'm saying? Something that might not have even been your poison. Do you know, you've just been a drinker. Now you're on cocaine. Now you're smoking weed. Because you like it, it relaxes you, it stops the anxieties of everyday life.
It's the solution to your problem at that moment
Exactly.
in time.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And again, mental health. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just burying your head in the sand. That's all it's doing. You need to get hold of this situation that you're going through or whatever. But this is my advice to what I'd say, because, you know, from all of these years of me burying my head in the sand, do you know what I mean? Like, I've just put it off for another day and another issue to pile on top of that and make it 20 times worse. Do you know what I mean? Instead of confronting the situation, embracing the situation, and moving on from it.
Could you, looking back now, understand why you didn't embrace certain situations? You reckon it might have been out of fear of having to look at yourself and own up some of the shit that you've done? Or it might have been the mountain you had to climb to change?
I wouldn't say that, you know, I'm proud of the shit I've done. You know what I'm saying? I'm far from proud. Do you know what I'm saying? But I don't regret it. Do you know what I'm saying?
If you hadn't been through what you've been through, you wouldn't be exactly
who I am
today.
today. And do you know what? If I could sit here and actually break down for everybody, and, you know, without it going into mental health for me, leaving here a mental state, do you know what I mean? Like, I'd let everybody know the stuff that I'd been through, deep-wise. Do you know what I'm saying? And, like, the reality of going through the things that I've gone through, do you know what I'm saying? The reality of it is in town today. People lying there, accepting what, you know, you can change. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can change, no matter who you are, what walk of life you're from. I've seen big man do it, or how old you are. It's never too late, bro.
No,
do you
I
know what I'm
totally
saying?
agree, mate, 100%. It's
Like,
getting that drive inside you, that power, because we've all got it there.
Yeah.
I believe I'm a Christian, bro, so I'm buzzing that you've got a faith.
Yeah.
I really am, because without my faith, mate, especially the last few years,
Yes,
I'd be lost.
Trust
It's
me.
helped get me through some of the days I can.
No, it does.
Some people haven't got that, and they've got other ways to motivate them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Like I say, I got to give a shout out to Bashir. He got 23 years as well for something that he didn't even do, and he's the most humblest, clean hearted brother ever, do you know what I mean? And I love him to bits because he's the one that taught me how to pray. He taught me what it was about to be a Muslim and what it entails and the peace that it brings to you in your life. And I shit you not, Mikey, bro, I've always been an atheist. I've never, ever believed in God. People start talking that shit, I'm like, shut the fuck up. What are you on about? You get the fuck out of here with that. Do you know what I'm saying? You get me? But now, I needed help, man, and there was no way else. You know, you got no support, you got no money, pray. You got nobody there to talk to, pray. Do you know what I'm saying? You can talk to him, you know what I'm saying?
God is always with us, always with you, bro. And what I was about to say is, I believe, atheist, agnostic, Muslim, Christian, whatever, Buddhist, God is within inside all of us.
All of us, yeah.
And the blockage, which sounds like to you, which was similar to me with me addiction through coke and drugs and a bit of criminality when I was in my 20s, is all that blocked me out from God. I could never have a relationship with God because there was all that shit there. Do you know what I mean?
Nah, for real.
And it's only through what we were saying before. Some of us have got to go through fucking desperation, pain, sinister, dark bottomless pit before we start to change from within and say, there's nothing else. It's like, because to me, suicide was an option.
Yeah.
It was an option. And even though it was an option, it still scared me though.
You see, this is what I'm saying, man. You know, even the best of us, man, you know, just because you thought about suicide, it's not bad.
It don't make you weak. Thoughts are not real until we give them power.
You have to execute them.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, that's when things become real.
Mate, check this one out. I always say to people about how my mind can work sometimes and to show people that every thought that comes in doesn't mean anything, right? So for an example, and this might sound a bit weird to people, but I've been walking down the street before and there's a guy who I don't know on the pavement and he's gone to tie his shoelaces.
Yeah, one sec, Mikey, this is Renault.
Go and get him on.
I'm trying to... Hey.
Yo, listen.
Yeah, one sec, before you start getting into it. Listen. I
can't, no, it's important.
Bro, I'm on a podcast, I'm in the middle of a podcast, bro. You can't see it when you're on loudspeaker, bro.
Oh, right, I was about,
Yes, Lorenzo, what's
I'm here with Mikey, bro. I'm on a podcast, Obviously, we're talking about prison and obviously you've just rang in, you're obviously in jail, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? Mikey Gray, bro.
Yes, Mikey.
Yes, Lorenzo, how are you doing, brother?
I have this conversation right now, not on a podcast, bro, because this is something,
Yeah?
Listen, what time are you coming off?
I'm coming off in a minute.
Right, text me.
I'll text you.
Please.
Yeah, I will do.
ASAP.
I will do. See.
Well, there you go. That's real life for you.
That's
real life for you.
That's my friend in prison. Do you know my
boy, bro.
right lung, man.
Yeah,
that's my guy, bro. Like me and him have been through a lot as well together. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we probably should have cut each other off for the disrespect we've shown each other over the years. We've done some, you know, nasty things, but we've looked at that now as, you know, it's been a test to our brotherhood. Do you know what I'm saying? That now me and him are inseparable. You can't break us.
Because you know what, like we touched on before, we're only human.
Exactly.
We all make mistakes.
Exactly. And that man has always been there, Mikey. Do you know what I'm saying? No matter what's gone on, and after everything's gone on, you know, and I'm feeling lonely and I ain't got nobody to turn to, Lorenzo was always there for me, bro.
I love Lorenzo. He's a good kid. I'm used to, like you say, if I think of you, I think of him. If I think of him, I think of you.
Do you know what the maddest thing? Everybody used to call us Chavenzo. That's what people used to say, Chavenzo. Like, you know, it was never, together. Is it Chavez and Lorenzo? It was Chavenzo.
Yeah, Chavenzo.
Because everywhere he was, I was. Everywhere I was, he was. And that's just the way we were.
Well, let's make sure we give him a bell after this, make sure he's all right.
Yeah, definitely.
But rapid, so about the thoughts.
Yeah.
So I'm walking down the street, and this is me being just honest.
Yeah.
Walking down the street, and a guy goes to tie his shoelaces. Don't know him. I'm about to walk past him. A thought comes in my head. As I go past him, kick him in the face. I don't.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I'm a bad person. This
yeah.
is what I'm trying to say about we all can have mad thoughts. Things can trigger it. Music, an argument, things in work.
Of course.
Depends on how you are. Your thoughts aren't who you are. You're only who you are when you give them power and you actually do something with them thoughts.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know
what? Sorry about that, guys. We had to just shut the camera off because that fucking plant was taking all the limelight. Everyone was staring at that instead of you. Right, you know what? Touched on, obviously, you've lost a few of your boys over the years.
Yeah.
Because of gang life.
Yeah.
Could we go into that a little bit? Like, so when you did lose people, and if you were actively involved in that, would that not deter you from that life, or did it egg you on? Because of sort of the pain of losing someone?
It would 9 times out of 10, you know, it's going to aggravate or rub anybody up who's a friend to someone who's been taken away from you. You know, it's not going to sit well with you. There's always going to be a form of feeling of revenge or resentment towards that person that might have been involved to the reason, you know, your friend's not here anymore. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, I wouldn't say that that's the main reason. My reason for being in the street was the simple fact I didn't have support family-wise at home. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying?
And would say a lot of the lads are like that, do you reckon?
Not necessarily, because I know lads that used to be good footballers. Do you know what I'm saying? Like brilliant footballers, and you know, mums and dads have been, you know, both at home, making sure they're going to football. And you know, some of these lads that I know could be professional ballers, bro.
And they come from good,
do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they come from good families
start.
As well. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? But like I say, man, this life.
It's the environment, culture.
Exactly. The people you are, you know, you become a product of your environment. Do you know what I'm saying? No matter where you are, sooner or later you'll pick up traits or pick up accents. You go to somewhere else and you live somewhere, you'll pick the accent up. You'll pick the way of the dress sense, the style of people, things like that. You see, that's the way it is, you know.
Well, people like us do not think from these sort of areas, like chameleons, we can go and rub shoulders with the rich. We can go and rub shoulders with the people right at the bottom. Do you know what I mean? Do you feel like we've had to adapt to situations?
Of course. I think everybody has to adapt. I don't think it's just for people in the street. I think everybody has to adapt, because from day to day and every day of, you know, natural life, you know, you're always presented with things, you know, that might not be in your control of why it's happened. Do you know what I'm saying?
We adapt and overcome, yeah.
You get me? So you know, it's very hard to shift between characters, isn't it? Do you know what I'm saying? To, like, you know, be this person who's so caring and trapped in their own way of thinking and life, you know, regime or whatever you want to call it, or routine. Do you know what I'm saying? So to break all of that, it makes somebody uncomfortable. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's where, you know, things become rocky at home. Support networks fizzle out. You know what I'm saying? And this is where, so, you know, young people like myself, when I was younger, you know, make these decisions because the attention's not there in the house. Do you know what I'm saying? So now I'm out with the friends and we're causing havoc in the streets, you know what I mean? And I'm getting all the attention that I could possibly want.
Yeah, and you're getting that love that you're probably missing at home as well, innit?
Exactly.
That togetherness.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get
feeling,
that. I understand that.
Belonging.
Yeah, belonging.
Belonging. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. You feel like you're a sense of something, and you know, everything's good. Do you know what I mean? You feel like, you know, you can't ever be took down from this high that you're on. Do you know what I mean? But like I say, man, this life, man, it chews you up and spits you back out. You know what I'm saying? Is, you know, if we're looking at pros and cons, the cons will always outweigh the pros. Always. Do you know what I'm saying? You're very, very lucky if you've gone under the radar, undetected, and you've got away with it. You know, hats off to you, man. But that's not the case for everybody. No. It's not. It's just really not. You know what I mean? Some people, every dog has its day. Do you know what I'm saying? That's it. That's the best way that I can put it in this life. That, you know, you could be flying one minute, this big boss or whatever you want to call it, gangster, you know, who's got all this money and whatever else, and then boom, before you know it, you've been watched for the past 12 months.
Well, they come and go. They've always come and go, haven't they?
It's rather police that's got
someone
you.
Always there to take the place.
Exactly. Or the police have got you, or you know, somebody's come and robbed you and done you a dirty one. Do you know what I mean? So you know, gang life, I didn't really have a say. I've never really sat down and said, you know, I'm in a gang. I've never like sat here and gone, oh, I'm Gooch or I'm Donington or I'm Longsight or I'm Hardwick or, you know, I've never said anything like that. You know, I've never put me. What it was with me is that when I was at school, my school was a Longsight and Donington school. It was just rife with Longsight and Donington, man. Do you know what I mean? Like literally. All of everybody. I'm not going to say, like, I was going to go and start saying names then, but I don't want to really say names because I don't know what, you know what I'm saying, whether, man, I'd like the name out here. But, you know, there was a lot of Donington and Longsight, man, that was in my school. Do you know what I mean? So if you could say, I was Longsight and Donington. Because you're surrounded by... If you really wanted to say if I was anyone, I was Longsight and Donington because I'm growing up in school, I'm around these men. But then I've got after school, which... The people that I hanged around with after school are affiliated to Fallowfield, Gooch, do you know what I'm saying, and all these other people. So I'm what we call neutral. You know what I'm saying? I'm a neutral person. I get along with everybody. I can go where the hell I want, when I want, because I ain't got the belief systems that you have in this trying to war for a postcode. That's bollocks. Do you know what I'm saying? I ain't ever going to put my life to trying to war for a postcode. I war for my brother. Do you know what I'm saying? If you've gone through something and I've got a backyard, then yeah, I'll go to war.
Yeah,
but to sit here and walk around like I'm from this area, oh, there's someone that's from that area. Here you go. Let's go and do it 30. Why all your friends don't give two flying fucks about you. Do you know what I'm saying? And you get left to just rot like you're a piece of shit. Where's this cause gone? Where's this belonging? Where's this all this sense of, you know, we're friends, I'll do anything for you, ride or die, this is my bro. Because that's what everyone's doing. Jumping up on thingies and that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and yeah, this is my bro, I'll do anything for this guy.
And then when shit hits the fan, it doesn't happen.
They're nowhere to be seen.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And it's like, why? They call it, what do they call it this day and age now? Capping. There's a lot of capping going on. You know what I'm saying? I hate that word, capping.
It's like when your tracks chat, you can't back.
Yeah.
If you talk about it in that.
You talk back.
There's a lot of people who talk the talk.
That's it, man. That's
can't walk the walk.
Yeah.
But anyway, getting onto your music then.
Yeah.
Are we still doing that or what?
Yeah, man, still doing my music and that. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, I think music's my life, bro. I don't think I'd ever give up music. I think I'll still be writing music when I'm 80, bro.
Do you find it therapeutic for you?
Yeah.
You get everything out of your head,
do you know what it's like? Looking in on your life from a third person view. Because what you've wrote on there is what you've been through.
It's like I was saying, journaling.
Yeah.
So for me, it's similar, innit? Exactly. You're getting everything out.
Exactly that,
it all
bro.
on paper.
Do you know what I'm saying? So, again, you know, you get that time to sit down and, you know what I mean? Reflect and look at situations, because, you know, you'd write a line about something and you'd have that little moment of madness to yourself where it's like, fucking hell. That's how we was really living. Do you know what I mean? Like, and it's crazy, man. You have them little eureka moments there. Do you know what I'm saying? Like where the light bulb and it's like, wow, like you switch yourself onto how you was as a person. And when you look back from coming to this age that I'm at now, and you look back, you think, Ras, how the fuck did I get through life being that person? Do you know what I'm saying?
You could say two of us here, we shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
For many reasons.
100%.
And there's a lot of people like that.
Reasons.
But I'm blessed every day because of that fact.
Exactly, bro. And that's it. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, even if you haven't got a lot, this is what I say to people, if you haven't got a lot of money, you know, it's okay.
It is okay, and I tell you why, because materialistic things come and go.
And go.
My peace of mind,
that's it.
I want it to stay as peaceful as I can, because if it ever was to ever go back to the way it used to be, I might not come back from it next time.
Yeah. No, what I've started to do is that when I feel self-pity for my situation, or I'm, you know, punishing myself, you know, like, you know, being an enemy to myself, you know what I'm saying?
Beating yourself up.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? At that moment, I think of the people with disadvantages, the people that, you know, can't walk, can't pick up something from the table.
Who would do anything to have what we've got at that moment in time, even though we're in pain.
So just understand this, that as long as you've got air in your lungs and you've got the people around you that you care and love, and that's a good, fruitful relationship, you are more than blessed. You're richer than you actually think.
Richer than a lot of people. 100%.
Exactly. Do you know what I'm saying?
Totally
so,
agree.
you know, don't ever let things go over your head. Always pay attention to life. You know what I'm saying? That's why you should always tune into these reality checks.
Exactly.
Check with your reality at all times. You know what I'm saying? You got to be in sync with this shit. Because if not, you walk around with your head in the clouds, and before you know it, the ground will swallow you whole. Do you know what I mean?
Nah, you know what, bro? I'm proud of you, mate. Because
I try, Mikey, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Trying.
I don't do this for sympathy. I've never had anybody's sympathy.
It's real. We can see it's real.
It's just me. I'm just being here. And do you know what, Arkid? If I can sit here and speak about my, you know, wrongdoings and the traumas that I've been through in my life, and it can help someone, bro, then that would help me sleep better at night.
Mate, this is definitely going to help people, because I'm guessing a lot of people will look up to you, especially young lads,
just
because
talk.
of your music and
That's
stuff
it.
like
Just
that.
talk.
But I feel like them listening to you open up and show vulnerability will do massive things for them.
I'm just saying to the men, man, just talk. Just talk, man, that's it. Do you know what I mean? Don't ever sit there and think that you're a bitch or you're a weak or anybody's going to look at you like, I don't give a shit what people that are on my street are probably thinking, what's Chavez doing a podcast? Do you know what I mean? I'm doing this for the respect of you. I'm my childhood school friend, do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm here to do that. And not only that, like I say, for my own well-being of being able to get a few things off my chest and maybe help someone. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't give a shit about what your verdict is, because, you know, you step in my path, I'll just slap your face, do you know what I'm saying? So, you know, be judgmental all you want. Everyone's entitled to an opinion. I don't really care about it, to be honest. If you ain't clothing me, you ain't paying my bills, I don't give a shit. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's just me, innit? Do you know what I mean? I never really cared for one's opinion. Do you know what I'm saying? There's opinions.
So with your mental health, I know we touched on it a bit. You're not long out.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're getting there? You're in a better place because you know you've got your faith.
Yeah,
you're getting back into your music.
Yeah, so I tried to come up. Well, when I got released from prison, I was released with a week's worth of medication, what I've been taking from my mental health. And obviously, because I'd been away for so long, I'd lost having a place at a doctor's. So I couldn't just go and get a repeat prescription from a doctor's, because every doctor's I'm ringing, they're saying, oh, there's a waiting list and whatnot. So, you know, I was struggling with my mental health really bad. Do you know what I mean? I've just come out. I've got no money. You know what I mean? I'm in this hostel. You know, one of my go-to friends that I was gonna come to straight away and get back to things and, you know, get my life back on track and getting money, and he's locked up. Do you know what I'm saying? So now my plans have all crumbled. I'm starting to feel this deep sinking feeling. Do you know what I'm saying? That, you know, things are not... Because when you're getting out of prison, you're thinking about how things are going to be before you come out.
And you paint a bit of a positive light.
Do you know what I'm saying? So you're thinking, right, I want to be with this guy, I'm going to go for this food, I'm going to shag this gal, or I'm going to... Do you know what I'm saying? You're just thinking about all these things, do you know what I'm saying? So when you come out and them expectations are not met, it's soul destroying, bro. Because you start to, you know, is it me as a person? Am I not liked? Is it not these? All this self-doubt of everything, do you know what I mean? Like, just creeps in and overtakes. And before you know it, you're just this mess of anxiety, depression, all these PTSDs or whatever you want to say, the stuff that makes you not you. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it hits, man. Do you know what I'm saying? And like, and that's what it was doing to me, man. When I first got out, man, it hit me, and I was thinking, wow, things has just changed, man. And I went to Levenshulme, and I was walking through Levenshulme, and like, I couldn't see no one.
Different now, Levenshulme. It's just not
the
same as it used to be.
It's not the block no
totally
more.
It's
yeah,
different,
it's full of students. It's crazy. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's actually mad.
So you've gone to see old family members in a way, innit? And no one's
there.
there.
Just like, you know, I remember the days where you could walk from one side of the living room to the other, and you want a soul that you didn't see. Do you know what I mean? You've seen everybody. Hey, whoa, cars, bikes, pedals, you know what I'm saying? Everything, man. Kids climbing on roofs. You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone was about, man. And just to walk through like, when I first got out, man, I was like, wow, this is crazy, man. Do you get me? Like, change is not nice for nobody.
No, it isn't.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Sometimes you have to embrace the change,
You've got to, bro. In order to change is growth. You know what I'm saying?
Because when I remember Levenshulme, when we were all back in the day, you could say it's probably changed for the better.
Yeah.
But obviously we see that as home, and it's not our home anymore. But back in the day, you know, when people were on there was always something going on.
It's another generations now, isn't it? Do you know what I'm saying?
Generation.
That's exactly what it is. Do you know what I mean? And that's what it is with myself at this moment, you know, that where I've had this realization that, you know, it's a young man's game to be going to prison and whatever else. I have responsibilities, you know, I can't be doing this back and forth shit with the government, because there's no win to be taken from it.
Nothing, mate.
There's no win, there's no gain, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? Apart from taking time from your loved ones, probably giving yourself mental issues if you don't have them. Do you know what I'm saying? It just breeds catastrophe in there, bro. That's all it does. Do you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I remember the first time I went to jail, and I didn't know half of the stuff that I knew as a, you know, in that criminal lifestyle. Do you know what I mean? I went to jail and I learned how to, you know, twat cars. I learned how to break into safes. Do you know what I'm saying?
Like, so you go into that as a penance to doing something wrong. But you actually come out with more information on how you can better your criminality. It's madness, isn't it?
Because, like I say to you, there's just, you know, there's no support in there, bro. And like I say to you, like I was saying back in further on in the interview, do you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, half of these people that are in there running these jails are shop people that have just been dragged out of a shop. Like, here's 15 quid an hour. Do you know what I mean? Our jails are overrun. We need staff. Come on. These people don't have no people skills.
No
These are
suitable
21, 22-year-old people that are coming in with big men and thinking that they can have an agenda or an attitude towards me asking you for help. That's what you're here for. So you do your job. Do you know what I mean? Otherwise, what are you here for? Do you know what I mean? Furthermore, like, you know, just because you've got a set of keys on your waistline doesn't mean you won't get your face punched off. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's power, don't they?
Yeah, that's it. Do you
Down
know
at
what I mean?
people.
But this is what the screws don't understand. Do you know what I mean? They think they can speak to people and treat people like the way they do. It's only a matter of time. There's only so much that somebody can take, and they come out and, you know, you either get your shit and piss thrown on you, because I've seen that happen. Do you know what I'm saying? I've seen them spitting it out of the mouths. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, what you saying, Gov? Oh, yeah, poof. And just squirted a whole bunch of shit and piss all in the mouth. Yeah, it's savage in jail, man. Jail is different, man. Bro. You know what I'm saying? And what a way to humiliate someone. You really want to take the piss?
Yeah,
we'll
put
take
shit
the
to the
piss.
face. Yeah, put piss down the mouth.
How do you feel now? Do you know what I mean?
So what's life got in store for you? Do you plan or project, or are you taking each day as it comes? I know you've got your music and that.
Nah.
Is that something you're going to be
I
putting a lot of
wouldn't
energy in?
advise taking every day as it comes, man.
No.
Do you know what I'm saying? That's just living on the edge, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's the fast life. Do you know what I mean? Living every day as it comes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Being planned is a bit more organised, a little bit more laid back. It's not so quick. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're doing day by day, it's like, all right, we've got to do this now. And it needs to sort out, because if I don't sort this out, this means that I'm not going to have shopping for the week, or I'm not going to. It has this domino effect on things. Do you know what I'm saying? And before you know it, when you're still doing that thing, another thing might just go bubble for that you need to attend to, and you can't do it because you can't be in two places at once. Stressing yourself out, causing yourself mental health. Do you know what I'm saying? And, you know, not only that, you're not getting anything done. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're just failing. Take time. Do you know what I'm saying? Relax, get a strategy, man. Get a plan in place and execute. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the way forward. Do you know what I mean? Because that day by day and fast life, bro, that haram money, it doesn't go nowhere, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's not promised to nobody. You know what I'm saying? Halal is the way forward, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, literally earning halal money and standing up and being kind, going to work, having a 9 to 5. Do you know what I mean? Being able to take care of your kids and your families and that's rich to me. Fuck M's in your bank and all that. I'd love it, don't get it twisted. Who wouldn't want millions in the bank? Do you know what I mean? But that's not rich to me.
No, it's good. I like your mindset.
You know what I'm saying? That's not rich to me,
because
bro.
you've got
You know
kids just like I have, and we need to
seeing my kids happy, seeing my father smile, seeing my little brother not get into trouble and prospering whatever it is that he wants to do, whether it be business, whether it be the next top drug dealer. Do you know what I'm saying? As long as he's doing well and he's got himself and he's happy, that's my enrichment. Do you know what I'm saying? I've never ever had this materialistic shit. Do you know what I'm saying? To be sat here and miss it or let it play a part in
your life.
Yeah.
Going forward.
Forget that, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Money comes and goes. People don't. Do you know what I'm saying? There's a thing that I learned, that I heard of. Do you know what I'm saying? And it was love your enemies and hate your friends, because your enemies stay the same, but your friends always change.
I like that. It's deep.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
it's
real
deep.
shit. Like,
some of your friends can be enemies in disguise.
yeah, and that's 50 Cent, that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, literally, I think it was off a freestyle of his, do you know what I mean? An old school freestyle, but that was just something that resonated with me. Do you know what I'm saying? Love your enemies and hate your friends, because your enemies stay the same, but your friends always change.
Deep,
do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you actually just deep that for a minute, it's mad.
Talking of freestyles, were you going to give us anything?
Oh, shit.
Oh, you're on the spot?
Hey! Now, of course, I'll give you a freestyle.
Can we get a bit of we got the beats for the back, or can you just,
Got beats and that. What are you saying, Samsy, man? You're over there in the background.
While he's here, we might as well get what's he got in store for us.
Yeah? Yeah.
Yeah, Buzzy, we might as well, innit, mate?
Might as well, bro. Might as well, innit? It's Vez, 19. Listen. Some days I feel I'm drowning, some days I feel I'm trapped. My people think I'm crazy, my family think I'm tapped. All I know is anxieties is mad. I'm indoors all the time, depression on attack. Now every day's feeling like a challenge. I try to keep it balanced. With personality, I'm a man with many talents. That don't make me happy inside, I'm really damaged. How many times have I nearly died? I left myself a cabbage. I can't wear it every day, some days I'm pretty savage. Sometimes I'm vain in what I say if I can't have it. Especially if I took the time out to go and plan it. Thoughts can just like bad traffic, always ends up tragic. I can't control these emotions. Doctors trick me with their potions, or for their promotions. Then as a father, I'm left feeling demoted.
It destroys your soul quick, I've got to keep it focused. These governments are mad, asking me to wear a mask like I ain't already in this trap. I feel for my mental health people really bad, because it really is a challenge in these four walls of your gaff. It don't take a scientist with a diploma to do the maths. I don't take my medication, I guess I chose my path. But to free I'm a dad, so it makes no sense spending chunks of days on my back. For me, I guess God had a plan. I'm losing my mind, I've lost time with my kids. I hate my baby mothers, cause all they do is trip. I've worked my ass off all week, check the overtime I did. And now they're being a bitch saying that I can't see my kids. Well, this is to my daughters, no matter where I am. Just know that daddy loves you, and I know the ship's sinking, but we ain't going under. My kids say things that make me sit and wonder. They're being poisoned by the mother. Life's a mess, I've even fallen out with my brothers. I'm a dad too, but I'm glad too. The only thing we've got in common is our tattoos. I wouldn't even let on if I passed you. I went grafting myself, so you didn't have to. In and out the house, new tracksuits. You tell me you know what I'm doing, and watch if you catch me. I tell Callum we'd laugh too. We didn't tug his shit because man felt like we had to. Life stood still like a statue. Moving gritty fam, I had to. I was moving like a damn fool. My mum died at 42. Yeah, life can be damn cruel, man. I'm working 9 to 5s a man. I love my baby girls, it's me and them against the world. My situation hurts, I'm just trying to keep my head straight. Every day I'm feeling worse. Plus I've lost my best mates, life's but the way it works, so it'd be me in the best way.